Our tale begins in the land of Ruan, where the two kingdoms of Enon and Dagmanoth stood. On a bright day in the fall, a beautiful fire crystal was discovered in a cave in Enon. It glowed with an unearthly light and emanated power. When the kingdom of Dagmanoth heard of the treasure, they waged war with Enon and won the gem. Yet what appeared to be a victory for Dagmanoth revealed itself to be a horrible curse in the years to come. While Enon's lands grew beautiful, lush, and prosperous, Dagmanoth became a dark, dreary kingdom where hardly anything dared to grow. Its people were warriors, cruel and tough, hardened in dark ways. Hardly anyone left the boundaries of the kingdom, and anyone who dared venture inside would be prosecuted severely. Things continued in this way for many years, until unusual circumstances and one man changed everything. In the land of Enon, 1,000 years after the battle for the fire crystal, a man named Terrowin Wallington discovered a gem mine with an abundance of precious stones. He opened a gem store that became very prosperous, and his wealth only grew with time. One day, after working at the gem shop, Terrowin decided to pay a visit to the king's library.
What's this? Fredrick of Stonegate, the famous geologist, wrote this book on his studies of gems 1,000 years ago. How interesting. Let's see, 236 AD, Fredrick of Stonegate. I have studied the fire crystal, and according to my research, it will explode disastrously on June 29th, 1236 AD. To be destroyed safely, it must be thrown into a king's well before its date of destruction? That's less than 2 weeks from today. The fire crystal could kill the people of Dagmanoth if no one warns them. This is terrible news indeed. Could it really be true? What if it is? Someone must go warn the people of Dagmanoth before it's too late. But it could be a long journey, a fool's mission, only to end in death. Why would I want to do that? But I am only one life. If all of the people of Dagmanoth could be saved through my death, why should I hesitate? Leo! Brom! Look at this entry I found in a book by Fredrick of Stonegate.
What about it?
We have to tell Dagmanoth to be rid of the gem, otherwise they could die.
So what? If anyone were dumb enough to try to tell them, he'd end up dead before he could tell anybody. And besides, they deserve it, those awful people.
If someone doesn't risk his life to warn those people, all of Dagmanoth will be endangered. I will go.
Terrowin set out toward Dagmanoth on a long, twisty road. It was the only safe path through Ruan's dangerous terrain. He walked day and night through the thick trees of the forest of Bagnor, and then out toward the northern desert.
This bow could be useful if I run into trouble.
Who is that? He looks to be a man of Enon, our enemy.
We should arrest him and bring him back to Dagmanoth.
But if we kill him out here, we can divide his gold between the three of us.
Come on, let's get him.
Hello, are you men of Dagmanoth?
Yes, we are. And in Dagmanoth, we think very little of trespassers in our fine realm.
Please, you must take me to your king. I have something important to tell him about the fire crystal.
We'll let the weapons do the talking from now on, scum Enon.
I have no desire to harm anyone from Dagmanoth, but since you persist in your foolishness... Who's up next?
You stay here. I'll take him myself.
You may have won this battle, but we'll be waiting for you back at Dagmanoth.
After a week of laboring through the hot, harsh plain, he finally arrived at the edge of Dagmanoth.
I'm finally here. Is this really what I want to do? What if I just went back? I don't want to die. Death or not, I'm going in. Here, let me help you.
Thank you, kind sir.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
I don't have any food.
Here, take this.
Thank you.
We are indebted to you.
Pardon me, young miss.
You don't look like you're from around here. Where are you from?
I'm from Enon.
Shh! Don't you know that anyone from Enon could be arrested and killed?
I fully realize this, but I have an important message for your king. The fire crystal will blow up any hour now, unless thrown into the king's well.
My father works for the king. Maybe he could help us.
So, any tips on etiquette for meeting?
Here they are.
Arrest both of them!
No! He is here with an important message for the king concerning our fire crystal.
I can see you are in alliance with this man.
Should I go after her?
No, we got the main one.
As a trespasser of Dagmanoth, you are sentenced to be executed.
But we will release you if you go straight back to your home and never speak of the fire crystal again, from this moment onward.
So what is your choice? Life or death?
Listen up, everyone! Terrowin from Enon has come to warn our king about the fire crystal that will soon explode.
I refuse to be silent.
He was just taken prisoner by the guards. We need your help. You go free Terrowin while I find the gem.
I must destroy this fire crystal.
Sword shall end your life. Turn around and hand me the precious crystal, and you will be spared. Fool, you have forfeited your life.
It is you, O king, who has been foolish.
After the king was arrested, the people chose Arabella as Dagmanoth's next ruler. Dagmanoth was restored to a land of prosperity under her reign as they recovered from the crystal's curse. Terrowin returned home in one piece, to the utter shock of his friends, and was celebrated as the Hero of Ruan. He returned to working in his gem store, and his business thrived with extra attention because of his quest. As time went on, Dagmanoth and Enon became close kingdoms, united across the lands of Ruan, and the people of Ruan lived in peace and happiness, not because of anything they had done, but because the sacrifice of one had made a way for them to live.